As the caption said, the upgrade we're doing on the Bronco today is going to be a few things all at once. We've got bearings, a crawl gear set, as well as an overdrive gear set for the front diff and an underdrive gear set for the rear diff, which can be pretty helpful when climbing, when rock crawling, to have the front tires spinning slightly faster than the rear. I'm curious what the cons are. Nobody ever really talks about the cons, and I don't know if I'm familiar with them, so if you know them, let me know. But let's see, we're going to, I think, start with the transmission, and I've never done any of this, so we're just kind of figuring it out as we go. So we're going to take the battery pack off first, I think, and then undo that transmission, pull it out, and replace those gears and put some bearings in it, and then we'll move on to everything else. Here's a diagram of what Endura gave us as like a PDF blow up of the whole vehicle and where each bearing goes. 2 Allens right here. We're going to pull the whole battery holder out. Okay, got those 4 bolts off, and I need to take off right here on the drive line. There's another little Allen. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that first. There we go. So it looks like these are just metal rings, not actual bearings, which I'm sure for this application is fine, but bearings are better. And then of course plastic gears. Even the motor has a plastic gear, so we'll change that eventually too. And this is a gear reduction kit, so it is going to make it much slower, but I'm okay with that. I've got these like dental pick tools. This one's got like a little hook on it, so we're going to see if we can get these out with that. Hey, that wasn't so bad. So here's what's stock versus the bearings. They are tiny. There's one side.
Dad, why do you bring that? Why?
Because I'm putting the metal gear on there, dude. See? See how these are metal gears? Look. Metal, plastic. This is what was in there. This is what's going in there. Cool, huh? So I pulled it back apart, and it makes that noise clear down to the first contact, like the first gear that it makes contact with. So I'll show you again. Pull these all out, and down to this level it makes that noise. So it's just the stainless on stainless. So we are going to grease it, and I am using a white lithium grease which is good for metal to metal contact. So still noisy, but I think it will be better. Here's the difference after greasing it. So it's in. It is pretty loud. I'll let you listen to it. Compared to stock. So it is loud, but it is nice knowing that it's stainless and it's going to be much more durable. I'll take it. So I'll take it. So with that, let's go ahead and put on the rest of these bearings. We've got the overdrive diff gear for the front, and we've got the underdrive for the rear. Let's go ahead and put those in. I'm thinking that we just pull the axles off and do each axle off of the truck. Oh, my diff. Okay, well, would you look at that? Front diff was still intact. Looks perfect. It's good news. Doesn't matter, but it's good news. Thoughts? Okay. Oh, two go in there. Cool. I just used the back side of the Allen. The back side. The only side. The side that we're using. I reached in, pushed it out. Now I'm going to reach in, push this side out. Try and do even pressure. I put too much pressure on one side that whole time. That's my problem. I should have pushed, and then gone to the other side. kind of do like a star pattern. And I have another set of 4 here. Looks like the inside diameter matches and the outside diameter matches. Pull 2 out. Oh, like a glove. This is gonna be tricky, so it's gonna be super technical. You just gotta be real careful about it. Tap, 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 tap it in. Tap it in. Oh, oh. I think we done it. That's a nice, satisfying click, actually. I'm putting the overdrive in the front. I want the front to spin faster to help pull you up hills. I'm using just multi-purpose white lithium grease. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of get some of this. Probably not the best applicator because I get little fuzzies in there, but it's just a little tiny RC car. Don't need to overcomplicate it. Just having fun. Is that too much? Probably. Do I care? No. Careful. Oh my goodness, look at that. Just fell right off. Okay, so we got that. Gotta reach through. Take that off. There it goes. And those bearings are on. Now we've got 1, 2 bearings on here, 1, 2 right there. Let's go ahead and remove those. I'm not going to use my Allen for that. I've got this handy dandy little stabber. Oh goodness. There we go. Fits really nice. Everything went in. No problems except for me being silly and putting it in backwards. Or putting the, control arm backwards. Whatever you want to call it. Now we're gonna take the back off. I'm just gonna take the entire axle off. Well, hang on. Yeah, no, that's still way easier. So we're just gonna take the whole axle off. Wow, that is grabbing those. So I actually got on this I got the overdrive gear set, and I got a regular drive gear set, and I'm combining the two kits for mine and Callum's trucks. So instead of having overdrive underdrive, it's not as exaggerated. It's just overdrive on the front and regular on the rear. There's the rear axle. Now we'll pop this spider gear out, lose that screw, cry later. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I wasn't super kind. I've used this truck now for about 9 months, and these gears are actually in pretty good shape. So that being said, even though they're plastic and chintzy, they're maybe not so chintzy. Boom. I don't even know what to call those, actually. The non-bearings. There's all the not bearings out. Now let's put in the last few. Okay. You know, as many bearings as there were, I thought it was going to be harder to tell which ones go where, but it's pretty intuitive. I mean, as far as like outer diameter, inner diameter, and just the part that came off beforehand, right? So even if you're not referring to the PDF or anything like that, just kind of look, do some investigative work, look at what you just took out, and you'll get it. It's not too bad. Okay, so now for this one, I had tossed the bearing in, but honestly it's probably going to be easier if we take the bearing and we slide it over the spider gear to begin with, and then we'll go ahead and grease this up and put that in. Okay, voila. Okay, this is the underdrive. Well, actually, I should stop calling it that. This is a regular gear set. These are the last two bearings. Toss those on. Bam. Look at that. Drop her in. Sweet. Alright, now go ahead and throw these babies back in there. Oops. Alright, so I made a mistake. Supposed to put the bearings on after on the axle, just like how they came out. This is embarrassing. I never make mistakes. Okay, let's just go ahead and grab those back out. So we'll put the axle in. Boom. Bearing in on top of it. Stack it down in. Look at that. It's amazing. So that's all the bearings. That's 2 diff gears and full stainless crawler gear set in the transmission and bearings in the transmission. There it is. Okay, after adding the 2 diffs and all of the bearings, the Bronco now weighs 25.69 ounces, which compared to bone stock comes in at 19.21 ounces. I wanted to give everyone a quick demonstration of the speed difference for the front. So like I said before, that overdrive in the front, and I put the regular gear set in the rear, both stainless, but it should give the front a 9% speed increase. So I've got these pieces of tape here on the tires, and I will throttle it and you will see this one should spin, should get around a full rotation before this one. So we'll just go around one time and then we'll see how much farther the front tire is than the rear. So you can see it's ever so slightly further right. Let's do it one more time. So it is working. It's good news. There you have it. Cool.